Hello, and welcome to a Grim Oak Press unboxing. This, my friends, is The King Killing Queen by Shawn Speman, the numbered edition, with a couple extra goodies, courtesy of the Kickstarter. Oh, we got goodies hidden on the bottom, too. This is one that I'm looking forward to. Speakman's a fun writer. Speakman is, of course, the man, the myth himself, behind Terry Brooks's website. He's also the man behind Grim Oak Press. He's also the man behind Naomi Novik's website. He's also the man behind the signed page. He's a man with many hats. I don't know how he does it. I don't think he sleeps. In addition to absolutely killing it on the Grim Oak front and making sure that I never eat again. More on that in a minute. He's also writing. And this is one of his novels that he has written. He's actually written two here. He's written The King Killing Queen. He's also written The Briar-Sword Monk, which was adapted by Skybound into a graphic novel. So King Killing Queen, actual novel. Briar-Sword Monk, graphic novel. The trade edition came out late last year. So this is January. Oh, it's shrink wrap too. Of course, the optional slipcase. You gotta get the slipcase. Grim Oak Press always does their slipcases optional. You always gotta add it on. It's always a beauty. So this, what was I saying? This is the graphic novel, The Briar-Sword Monk, with, foiling on the, I forgot about the foiled edges, the gilded edges. Look at that. Silver gilded edges. Beautiful. The trade edition got released late last year, 2023. This limited edition was also supposed to come out in 2023. They had a couple issues, though, with the printer. And now they have those printing issues resolved. And so the limited editions are getting in the hands of the fans who pre-ordered it. Much like many of the other titles, this was done through Kickstarter, which is becoming a fast favorite of Shawn Speman. I have no problem with it. Look at those edges. Beautiful. Both in classic Grim Oak style are bonded leather. A little bit of a, I don't know if that's from like the humidity, kind of a waving to the dust jacket there. Could be the humidity. It's cold as hell in Buffalo, so the temperature doesn't do good things for the books. Bonded leather covers. It is signed by Shawn Speman with his little elfish signature. Robert Napton and Nate Taylor. This is 86 of 500 numbered copies. This is a prequel. I mean, it can't be the sequel because we don't have the sequel yet. Script by Robert Napton. There we go. Line art by Nate Taylor. Okay, there's all the folks there. This is a prequel, likely describing how the king came to be. Oh, there's the actual short story. Okay, so it's the graphic novel, like almost like a comic book. I don't even know if graphic novel, it's not the length of graphic novel. But then you have some artwork, and then you have the short story proper. Okay, so if you're like, hey, I don't want any of this artwork here, I just want to read the words, then there are words for you. And, oh, wow, look at that. Beautiful artwork in the back. Beautiful, beautiful artwork all around. Cool. So we'll get more into that momentarily. Let's dive into the novel proper. The King Killing Queen, which is a thing that I cannot say for the life of me, is the story of Sylvie, pictured here on the cover, in its glorious artwork. Sylvie, this is not Donato. This piece is not Donato, is it? Is it? No. Okay, Magali Villeneuve did that. I was going to say, it doesn't look like Donato. I know Donato did a couple interior pieces, including a glorious-looking piece involving a unicorn. It is a story of Sylvie, who discovers, in typical young adult novel fashion. I don't think this is actually young adult. It's just a trope that typically goes with the young adult. She's a teenager who discovers, she's a young woman who discovers that all is not the same. What is with Magali's signature? 86, signed by Shawn Speman, Donato Giancola, which I always thought was Giancarlo, but it's Giancola. I've been apparently saying his name wrong all my life. And Magali Villeneuve, who looks like she was testing the ink of her pen. That's just the way she signs, I guess. Sylvie discovers that she is not who she thinks she is. She has a different past. You know, it's a trope of these type of novels. And that's not to knock on Shawn Speakman at all. It just is what it is. This is the world. You can tell that it's, based on our actual world. Look, there's France right there. The Misty Isles up top. It's always interesting when you take, magic into the real world. Technically, Shannara is within the real world in a post-apocalyptic sort of way. But anyways, you check that out by Terry Brooks. Sylvie discovers that she is the heir to the throne. And I believe she must be framed for murder. I mean, it's called The King Killing Queen. It does have black and white artwork. There is Donato's black and white artwork. That is Donato. And more black and white artwork. And so she has to clear her name. I can't speak for too much more of the story because I haven't read it. But I've heard great things. You can see a little more piece of Donato's artwork. I believe, I don't know if the numbered edition is still available. They might have sold out of all 500 copies. If it is still available, you can probably go over to either the signed page or Grim Press to pick it up. It is technically published by Grim Press, but I believe you're going to be buying it through the signed page. That's what Shawn had done with his previous novels. That's what he did with Tempered Steel of Antiquity Grey. That's what he did with Song of the Fellhammer. Maybe there is there not interior in color? I guess there's not. We get the line artwork. This, in particular, looks stunning in color. I've seen pictures of it online. So the lettered editions might be in color. What do we got here? We got something in color. We got a color map. So the lettered editions are probably in color. Numbered editions in black and white, which is just, it's a similar trope to what you get with Levidian. Levidian does the same thing, and that's, not a bad comparison. And hey, there I am. There's my name in the Kickstarter backers in the back. What's interesting, though, if that is the case with this, I can't say for certain if it is, but with Levidian's artwork, at least with the Francois Vaillancourt artwork, he does it in color, and then it's converted into black and white. With Donato's artwork here, it almost looks like two different pieces. Like he did a grayscale version, and then he did a color version. Almost as if one was a character study, and I just bent that page. Oh my God. I could be mistaken. Maybe it's just the way it was printed, but that's how it looks to me. Because I've seen the color artwork of the unicorn, which I showed you earlier, this one, and it's stunning. It is incredible. So it almost looks like it's a different piece than that. Almost like he did like I said, the study drawings, and those are what we're getting in black and white, which is not a bad thing. Also, we get Old World Tales pin. There we go. We got our metal bookmark. Very, very nice. We have our regular paper bookmarks featuring the artwork for both titles. And then we get colossal cards. So, see, there we go. Yeah. There we go. This is the color artwork. But you see what I mean? I think it's almost like one is the black and white study and one is the color piece. I don't know it's necessarily just, one piece and then was converted to black and white like the Levidian ones were. I think almost we're getting two different pieces. Yeah. Yeah, because you can even see like the placement of these characters are a little different as well. Really cool. Very interesting. So it's almost makes you want to go out and buy both copies if the letter edition has the color artwork. Because then you gotta get both the artworks. So anyways, I will do a book review of this when I have read the title. But in the meantime, let's get a nice little photo of them. There we go. Beautiful, beautiful artwork throughout. On the cover, on black and white. Everywhere there is beautiful artwork. As I was saying earlier, Grimo Press is wanting to make sure that I don't eat this first quarter of 2024 because they have a ton of titles coming out in just a few weeks. Actually, I think it comes out this week because I had purchased the first title. We get the next Tad Williams title. The Door. Oh my God, I got Dragonbone Chair, and then the Stone of Farewell, the Door of Farewell, the second title, and then like 2 weeks after that, the start of February, is the big one. It is The Name of the Wind by Patrick Rothfuss, which they just released the details on. The details are kind of disgusting. There's 4 different versions of it. There is a black and white, so like black and white like this, numbered version, which is going to be signed by, who is the artist? Is it Simonetti? It might be Simonetti. I feel like it's Simonetti. Patrick Rothfuss, Mark Simonetti. Then there is like the colored numbered edition, which is limited to 1,000 copies. The black and white's limited to 2,000 copies, or maybe I have that wrong. Maybe it's like 3,000 copies, and it's a disgusting amount of copies. It's going to have the artwork in color. Once again, it's Rothfuss and Simonetti. Next up is the lettered edition, which is limited to 104 copies. We got 4 sets of letters. You're going to have A through Z, AA through ZZ, AAA through triple Z, and then quadruple A, 4 A's through 4 Z's. I guess that's how it's going to work. I don't know. That's a ton of lettered copies. It also leads me to believe that somebody out there is going to get copy KKK, which is kind of messed up, but I mean, okay then. Then there is the rare edition, which is bound in genuine leather, which is an open number. Like how many people pre-order it is how many there's going to be. If 1,000 people pre-ordered the disgusting rare edition, not that the edition's disgusting, it's just the price tag hurts my eyes. But it's fair. If you can afford it and you can get the rare edition, by all means go for it. That's however many copies are predetermined. And then there's going to be limited to 26 copies, the collector's bundle, which has all 4 editions in 2 slipcases. It's wild. They are going above and beyond with these editions. I'm going to have to wait a little bit before ordering it. That's only also available only to people in the U.S. and Canada. They do not have global rights. Galance has that. They only have rights to U.S. and Canada. So, unfortunately, if you're outside of the U.S., I don't think you can order a copy unless you have a friend in the U.S. and you want to order through them. They can ship it to you. Then, like 2 weeks after that, is the next in the Warded Man series. And then 2 weeks after that is Guy Gavriel K. Like, that's 4 huge titles in the span of like a month. Like, I guess it's in the span of a little over like a month and a half, because I think the next one is, I think the Summer Tree is like the first week or second week of March. But still, that is a disgusting time frame. And they say they have even more books that they want to announce, including Kushiel's Legacy by Jacqueline Carey, which will be coming out this year. So basically, Shawn Speakman wants to hurt your wallets. And somehow, in between production designs of all these Grimmel books, between doing the signed page, doing all of this, he still somehow has time to write. I don't know if the man sleeps. I am very, very impressed. He is a really nice guy. I haven't met him personally, but he seems to be a really nice guy. But after this first quarter of 2024, I'm not going to lie, I kind of picture him doing a maniacal laugh and then diving in like Scrooge McDuck style into a sea of coins, which doesn't really go with his personality at all. But like, that's how my wallet feels after seeing this first quarter of Grimmel Press. Anyways, check out Grimmel Press. They have a lot of the same styles of their books, a lot of bonded leather, very similar style with the slip cases, the same trim size for all of them. They are beautiful books through and through. I've done a bunch of those unboxings on this channel that you can check out. I will do a book review for this once I've read that, so please consider liking and subscribing if you want to watch that. Like I said, check out the signed page, check out Grimmel Press, check out the works of Shawn Speakman. He's a good writer. And we'll see you around next time.